I want to show you some magic tricks that game developers use all the time to make their games better. And I want to show you with 3 pretty big games. We got Celeste, Dead Cells, and Kirby. 3 pretty big games in their own name, right? Let's see how deep this goes. Ready up. What up peeps, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Miguel. I like to dig into various aspects of video game and the overall geek ecosystem, while having fun at least. Let's see how this goes, right? I know the title of this video mentions smoke and mirrors, and that's because smoke and mirrors, magic, game feel, it's all the same to me. Hopefully I can expand on that a little bit more. It's those little additions, those enhancements, those tweaks, all that polish that goes into a game. It's to improve the overall gaming experience, to make it better. Let me clarify that a little bit. Think all the little puffs of dust when your character's running on the ground, right? Or that extra airtime that Mario gets after jumping on a turtle shell. As you already know, totally not possible according to laws of physics, but it adds to the gaming experience. Those kind of tweaks are what game feel represents. They give the game juice, substance, make a game feel alive. Keep in mind that game feel isn't limited to just visuals. The feel can improve with input helpers like aim assist, music that's just all-encompassing, and just the general aesthetics. It can all be juiced. Most memorable and feel-good moments in a game you've played before can usually be attributed to game feel. For those interested in a little bit more detail here, there's an excellent talk called Juice It or Lose It. And forgive me because I'm completely gonna butcher these names, by Martin Jonassen and Petri Pujo. Those two go into more detail than I could in this video. I highly recommend you check it out. I at least check it out once a year to make sure I'm following the general ideas. Link down below. First up is Game of the Year winner Celeste. As pointed out in a series of tweets from the game's director Maddy Thorson, Celeste is full of juice. My favorite call out is number 6. There's a GIF that clearly shows a player running into the ledge, but because the game knows what the player is trying to do, it essentially pops you up, right? Pops the avatar up at the last second to land successfully. As a player, you feel empowered and triumphant. In the last tweet, Maddy hit the nail on the head, I think. The reason for these tweaks is because the game wants you, the player, to succeed. I really appreciate that. That's just like extra user experience right there. All right, next up is Dead Cells. In his GDC talk linked below, Sebastian Bernard broke down various examples of the game's juice. All of them very intentional decisions to improve the player's experience. In one of my favorite callouts, he breaks down the level traversal with and without juice, without that polish. The 2 iterations shown provide 2 different player experiences, right? Basically 2 different games. And the iteration that actually made it into the final game is completely different. So those type of enhancements that fits the goals of the game, in this case, making the player feel unstoppable. It just adds to the overall game. It's memorable, it's magical. And the last example I want to talk about, which really surprised me the most of all 3, is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. In an interview with Nintendo UK, the Kirby team discussed the challenges of making their first mainline Kirby game in 3D. Accomplishment in itself. What stood out to me was how they made sure that from the player's perspective, if an attack looks like it hit, then the game considers that a hit. You clearly see there's distance between Kirby's attack and the enemy's distance away from that attack. All physics and collision checking was thrown out the window in the name of making a better playing experience. That's just a credible attention to detail for the player's benefit. And they're none the wiser. It's magic. That's the theme of this whole video, right? Magic. Right, so game juice is an awesome concept to learn. It's something always top of my mind when I'm trying to design my games and my prototypes, just experimenting. I'm always looking for a drastic Kirby level game feel behind the scene examples. So if you know of any, please leave a comment down below and let me know. All right, later.